What year were you born?
1988.
This hamster mean a lot to you. Given to you by your mama?
Yes, and it was given to my mother by her mother.
Let me see what the shells have to say. The wires.
Wires? I can't hear you. What?
Tap the wires.
What?
Tap the wires. The water won't stop rising until you tap the wires.
Are your coworkers checked out? Having a hard time putting your heart and soul into meetings at the office? Let the Experience Tube help! It's soft, it's easy, it's fabric. Simply attach each end to a face and the tube immediately fills with experience. Guaranteed! Watch the office come to life as people actually connect with each other. Eliminate the chatter, dial down the stress, and bring up the color of experience. Encase your spaces in the stock for two faces. Get yours today. Now available in a cornucopia of colors. A real-life product for real-life moments. Made in the USA. From fabric that's made in the USA. And gluten-free. It's also a scarf hat. Scarf hat. This is not a joke. Act now and get not one, but two super cool, unlimited edition friendship bracelets. Log on now to experiencetube.com and get yours today. Just the two of us. Brought to you by Meow Wolf.
No le digan que lloro yo su ausencia y que sufro por su amor. No le digan que acá entre mil botellas suplico su perdón. Yo prefiero vivir ilusionado con ustedes y estas copas de licor.
The art world needs to get shaken up a little bit.
It's time for us to just be an agitator.
We don't know what we're doing, and we don't care.
We didn't want rules.
Not only is this crazy, but it's possible.
This is the new art.
It's incredible. Meow Wolf have done something truly unique.
Hello, universe, people watching at home. We are live with Meet Meow Wolf with Brandy. I don't know how to say your last name, actually.
Olsen.
Olsen. Oh, that's much simpler than I thought.
The E is silent.
The E is silent. Brandy Olsen, no relation. We are going to do an interview with Brandy, and so here we go. Let's begin. So, at the risk of sounding like a cliche, Brandy, tell us your Meow Wolf origin story. How did you get here to the team? And yeah, what's your story?
Okay. So it started really as just friends, hanging out with the people that are in Meow Wolf in like party settings. They used to throw dance parties at Molly's a lot.
Okay, yes,
Yeah.
Molly's, I've been there. That is an interesting place.
Yeah.
There's mostly like, there's like that one Corvette that's always out there, and then like a ton of middle-aged like bar hops. Yeah. Okay. Anyways.
So I became friends with people that were doing the Meow Wolf stuff, and I think one day I went to get coffee with Vince, and he told me, he said, I'm going to have a meeting with George R. R. Martin, and I'm going to tell him about this idea about building a house where there are portals into different dimensions, and you can walk through the fridge, and you can go through the dryer. and we're just gonna see if he'll buy the bowling alley. So it was like then, like when it was still in its conception, I was just, around.
Wow, you just happened to be there.
Mm-hmm.
So that means that you were born and raised in Santa Fe.
No, actually, I moved here to go to St. John's, the liberal arts school.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And then you just started hanging out with people, and then it was like, here's Meow Wolf.
Yeah.
Crazy. Interesting. And so so that was the beginning. You were just kind of hanging out at Molly's, drinking a cocktail or maybe a beer.
Dancing. Yeah.
Dancing.
Techno.
Yeah, I hear there's lots of techno in those days.
Mm-hmm.
So at that time, what were you doing? You were in school still? Were you working as an artist?
Yeah, I was still at St. John's.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So, and then what was the transition out of St. John's into like?
So pretty
Meow
much
Wolf?
when our last year ended right before the house was going to we were going to start building the house.
Okay.
So then Vince approached a few people, Maggie, another person that I went to St. John's with, and asked us to do a room. So we had like no art experience at all. We were just friends, and he gave us a space.
Which room did you guys do?
We did the techno room.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
With the furry chairs and.
Yes.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I mean, T-Pain was just in there.
Yeah, definitely. It was so cool. Yeah.
Shouts out to Brandy. If he goes and I feel like that room also is like one that a lot of people don't actually find inside the house, and it's kind of like a special. So anyone out there, look for the techno room. Furry bunny chair things are happening in there.
Yeah.
Brandy worked on it.
Yeah.
Okay. And so what do you do now? Or like, maybe, let's just do it. What do you do now? What are you doing?
So I'm on the art team now. After the house opened, I just worked at a screen printing place for a year while they were like getting their stuff figured out, and then actually worked as a docent and at the front desk for a year, and then they asked me, I got onto the art team a year and a half ago.
Nice.
So now I'm on the art team and I work as a digital fabricator and an artist. Yeah.
Yeah, you recently got a new title.
Yeah, digital fabricator.
Digital fabricator.
Yeah.
So there's more responsibilities there, I'm assuming.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I think that there's something that I know. We should pull a picture up of the cathedral because you worked on that.
Yeah, that was my first project.
That was your first project?
It was my first project.
Anyone who's seen like this beautiful, colorful, ginormous thing in person I feel like it's just always at awe, and like it's such a beautiful piece that it was featured in the Rolling Stones magazine, which is cool. And I think that I don't know exactly what your role was in that project, but maybe you can tell people at home what you were doing.
So it's a giant cathedral made out of, it's two pieces of clear Lexan with acrylic mosaic sandwiched between them. So each piece we cut out, it's like a giant puzzle. So I helped to put the puzzle together, and that started kind of my digital fabrication journey, because we had to use the CNC to cut out the panels and also the laser cutter to create the small pieces for the designs.
And so you guys assembled each one of those pieces by hand then?
Mm-hmm. All hand
Holy cow.
assembled, yeah.
That's a lot of space. Oh yeah, look, there it is.
Yeah.
Or here it is.
All
There's a thing
those
blocking
panels,
it.
every little color is a different piece
Really?
of plastic, yeah.
So you had to like figure that out on a computer. I'm like at a loss for words because I don't even know how to
So you had
talk
your
about
original
doing that.
file, and then you have to like organize that by color, and then cut those pieces out, and then remake it. Like, so you have all these different little pieces, and like a piece of paper that tells you, oh, this one goes there and that. So
it's like a coloring book that you can cut out and then like actually build a big thing out of.
Yeah.
Was it satisfying to see it all completed?
Oh, it was still my favorite project to work on.
Cool.
Yeah, since then. It was really good.
How long did you guys spend on that?
Like 4 or 5 months, I think. Wow. Yeah.
Cool. Yeah. Well, yeah, I know. I'm excited for people to go see it. I'm not going to say where it's going to be. Unless people already know where it's going to be. We'll leave that one for the universe to decide.
Yeah.
They'll figure that one out. Some discovery for you guys since you love it so much. So Okay, so we established that you were a St. John student. You were at Molly's dancing to techno music when Vince approached you and said, I'm going to ask George R. R. Martin to buy this bowling alley.
Yeah, it's like that.
And you were like, cool, like, all right. And then you finished your schooling. You worked. Tell me again where you worked.
I worked as a screen printer.
Screen printer, yeah. And then you came back for the build of the house.
Yeah, we actually printed Meow Wolf t-shirts.
You actually printed the Meow Wolf t-shirts?
Before I worked there, yeah.
Okay. Oh, no, you mean at your job? Wow.
Yeah.
What, can we do a shout out for that?
Santa Fe Screen Printers.
Santa Fe Screen Printers.
Yeah.
Been around.
Local business, yeah.
Okay, so when and how did you decide that you were an artist, or like that you wanted to be an artist? Did you even have that moment?
I feel like I was given the opportunity to have that identity because I didn't see myself as an artist at St. John's. I was planning on going back to school actually afterwards. So it was just like I was given this opportunity and then found these things that I never knew that I would like to do in that, you know?
Yeah.
I can't believe this is where I am.
Yeah.
You know?
Totally.
Yeah.
So you weren't the type of kid that, like, at your house, like, had, like, I don't know what art kids have, like crayons and like art lessons or whatever?
No, not really. I mean, I always loved painting and watercolor, but that's like such a different kind of art than what we do.
Sure.
It feels a lot more personal, those things, I think.
Painting and watercolor?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Do you consider yourself an artist?
Definitely.
I would. Yeah, okay, cool.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I think what you do is, I think a lot of people get confused about like when like tech is involved, like is it in art? But like of course it is.
Yeah. I think like all problem solving could be seen that way.
Indeed. Say that again for those in the back. Okay, so then would you consider yourself a formally trained artist, or are you sort of like a self-taught?
Absolutely not. Yeah, self-taught.
Self-taught all the way.
Yeah. I just I admired people who could operate the machines, and I wanted to do that too. So just kind of, if you like something, if you admire it, then maybe you should give it a try, you know?
Sure.
Yeah.
Cool. That's kind of how that happened for you then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Was it once you like saw that and you're like, I want to do that, did you like just kind of hang around those people? Like how did you pick up that skill?
Yeah, there's a lot of freedom at Meow Wolf for people to kind of just show you how it works. So a lot of the things I learned was just someone else who had the knowledge and the skills taking their time and then teaching me.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
It's not enough of that, I feel like.
Yeah. Yeah, I owe everything to my coworkers. Yeah.
Okay. And so you're a digital fabricator, which means you cut things on CNC. But are there other things that I don't know about because I'm ignorant to this field?
So we have also a large model laser that cuts steel and metal. We have a vinyl cutter. We also have a small laser. And we have 3D printers as well.
Are you able to operate all those things?
Yeah.
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 That's cool. Something to phone home about.
Yeah.
All right, yeah, it's just so interesting that like you didn't even see yourself here yet. Like, I think a lot of folks who are in Santa Fe are like surprised this Meow Wolf thing came up, and like, and then you're able to like have this whole career of digital fabrication. I mean, that's just interesting to me. Sorry, I'm going on a tangent inside my head.
Yeah, I don't know what I would be doing if I didn't come to Meow Wolf. I wouldn't be doing it at all. Yeah.
What were you studying at St. John's?
It's a liberal arts degree, so everyone does the same. It's a great books program.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So you would have become like a philosopher or...
Yeah, I guess so. I don't know. Physicist.
Yeah, or a physicist.
No.
Those probably pay better, I feel like. And are there any, like when you do any design work or when you're feeling inspired, like are there any obsessions that you have?
Obsessions?
Yeah, like, oh, I love these two colors, or like there's someone's work that stands out to me, or like I like when cubes are involved, or I don't know, something like that.
I'm kind of on an acrylic kick right now, so almost all the art I do has something to do with acrylic, colored acrylic.
What do you think that is?
I don't know. I feel like the first project I worked on was the cathedral, which is completely acrylic, so maybe it like seeped into my blood.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now your
and
blood
now
is
it's like
acrylic.
turn me into this. Yeah. It's really just driving force.
It's a force beyond your control. Cool. Yeah, I don't know much about acrylic work, but kind of reminds me of stained glass a little bit.
Yeah, it's really fun to like play with the light, how it passes light through it.
Right.
And that's kind of what I'm experimenting with now.
Yeah, so maybe this is getting a lot into process of how like we do things here, but when you are designing something, are you working with some of the other like light teams and sound teams just to be sure that like what you're imagining in your head is gonna come to be, or is it kind of like this, at risk of sounding like a cliche, exquisite corpse, kind of like passing of the collaboration?
That's how it was. That's how it is now. It's kind of like one stage is done and then you pass it on to the next. But we're really trying to like integrate those two, so that like a lot of what I'm making can be informed by the lighting, so I can change what I'm making. Like they speak to each other.
Sure.
So having them work together at the same time, making those processes concurrent.
Oh.
Helps, yeah.
Some of those St. John's words. And how about any influences? I mean, it could be a coworker, it could be someone out in the world that you just like are inspired by, or it doesn't have to even be art. It's just like, oh, I love John Mulaney's jokes and he influences me. Or
I don't know if y'all will get Brandon on here, but he's one of our coworkers. And he kind of like invented the process of the sandwiching of the acrylic pieces together that we used in the cathedral, and I kind of just took that idea and have been running with it ever since. So
awesome.
You guys should definitely get him on here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Working on it.
Powers that be.
Where's BB? Yeah.
Cool. So I imagine that like most of Meow Wolf employees, that this job takes up like a lot of your time and bandwidth, and like, so like what are some of your releases? Like, is there anything you do outside of work that you're passionate about particularly?
Yeah. Living in New Mexico, I love going on little driving adventures on the weekends.
It's quite beautiful.
And I'm really into photography, so.
Cool.
Yeah, just little day trips, hiking adventures.
Where do you go? Where's your favorite place? Because I love New Mexico.
Honestly,
so
you could just drive any direction and
true.
find a place, but I really love Diablo Canyon. Some good silhouettes there.
Were you around during the days when there used to be like crazy parties out there?
No, but that sounds awesome.
I know. I came too late, but I've always heard whispers like there used to be like metal parties, like metal, like
goat
raves.
sacrifices.
I don't know. I mean, hey, I wasn't there, but maybe there probably was.
Yeah.
Like, there's no one out there. They're like, I don't really think. Well, we shouldn't say too much, but
maybe later.
Doesn't happen anymore. Yeah, exactly. We'll talk about it off camera. What took place? Yeah, I love Diablo Canyon. It's so beautiful out there. Have you been like to like the hot springs? Done a hot spring trip?
Yeah, definitely.
It's kind of hard not to. I feel like there's so.
Or we might get OHO passes.
I'm hoping so.
Yeah.
That's like, because we have 10,000 Waves in town, but OHO is close and it's also a natural hot spring. No hate on 10,000 Waves. I love that place as well. But the OHO natural hot spring is my way to go. Anyways, I digress. And what is your like favorite, if you have one at all, like collaborative work?
I really liked. Did you come to Vortex last year?
I did.
So we worked with the Colossal Collective.
Okay.
And they had those really cool like bugs and.
Yes.
Yeah. So.
They were really cool.
Yeah.
So okay, I didn't realize that was an outside company.
Yeah, they're their own collective.
Cool. Cool. Yeah, they had that. They brought like the
peacock.
Yes, it was a peacock.
Yeah.
Yeah. We got a really cool shot of that.
The way they work with light, and it was inspiring to see their work.
What? So what was that collaboration like? Was it just like synergetic, or was it like you guys bring them ideas and they would run with it, or like?
They just brought their own art.
Cool.
So I just liked what they made pretty much. Yeah.
No, it was really pretty. And like the material they used was really cool too.
Yeah.
I was surprised that it didn't get destroyed because it's like a festival
I
environment.
know, and they still use those pieces.
Do they?
Yeah.
That's great. I feel like the feelings, like there's a lot of love at that festival. And
there was also a gummy bear installation. Did you see that? It
the
was
pyramid.
Amazing. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Real gummy bears. Like, how are those now?
They still use those
I want
too.
to bite. Yeah.
How about
Steaming.
any favorite solo work? That may be a hard question.
I actually just went up to Denver this weekend to see my good friend Charlotte Thurman's show. She does light projections and paintings.
Cool.
Should check her out. Charlotte Thurman. Yeah.
In Denver.
Up in Denver, she did a show at the 701 Gallery.
At the 701 Gallery. I think there's probably some people in Denver watching this.
Yeah, and she works, she did a beautiful projection with these clear mylar hangings, and then these two videos overlapped up long ways. So just, yeah, gorgeous effect.
What did it make you feel? Just out of curiosity, 'cause I love the way.
Like I need to make more stuff, and why don't I make my own art well, more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got your photography.
Yeah, that's true. But she has shows like all the time. Like how does she do that? It's very inspiring. My art is naps.
It's creative problem solving right there. It's like, oh, I'm tired. Could drink a cup of coffee.
Yeah, that's why photography's so good, because you just sit there.
Take a picture or two.
Yeah.
What sorts of things do you like to photograph?
Mostly mountains.
Mountains.
Yeah, so we're in luck. Yeah.
Plenty of those to go around.
Yeah.
Just like natural landscapes? Yeah, cool. And where do you show your art anyway, or is it just for you?
Instagram. Yeah. No.
No.
Just for me.
And also on Instagram.
Yeah.
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 Cool. Are there any questions from the people at home at this juncture? Yeah, he said there were questions, but we're going to just skip past those. So. Okay. You live in Santa Fe now. You work at Meow Wolf. You have work that you do outside of this place, but you're really enjoying your digital fabrication sort of responsibilities. Do you see yourself taking that further? Like, have you called home and told them like what that means? Do they understand? Like, what are you going to do with that? Rule the world?
Yeah. I feel like there's a lot of, that field is constantly changing and technology is constantly changing, so it's just exciting because I know that if I stay here, it'll always be a challenge.
Yeah.
So just like preparing for everything you learn to be pushed to the side and something else become the way, which is actually exciting for me.
Do you get that satisfaction of like completing a thing, or are you like the kind of person that's just like, okay, on to the next one? Did that?
I definitely dwell on it and take a lot of pictures and yeah, I'm proud. Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta be. It's kind of hard to work on something for so long and then not like this is my baby now.
Take a second, yeah. And it's so easy because we're just like working on 5 projects at once, so the end of one is like the beginning of 5. Like you know, you do have to take that time for yourself.
Right.
Yeah.
It's cathartic to do that and just like be rewarded for a moment in time. I know a lot of my friends have a hard time with like celebrating themselves and their work because it feels like we need to constantly be like oh, I can't take that time and like go for that day trip or whatever. Do you ever encounter that like guilt of like enjoying this beautiful like planet?
I have. It definitely comes and goes with like everyone else's stress level too.
Yeah.
Sometimes you're definitely like, I'm chilling and everyone else is going crazy, but I think I'm good at it sometimes and bad sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Comes in waves.
Yeah.
Okay, you ready for a lightning round?
Yeah, let's do it.
Oh, wait, before then, Jameson Hubbs wants to know, what's the weirdest thing you've ever wanted to create?
Weirdest thing? I want to make a virtual reality swing set. I don't know if that's weird, and it's not at all my skills at all, but someone help me do that. We could swing over volcanoes and stuff.
Oh my God, that'd be so scary.
Let's do it. Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
Hope that answered your question, Jameson Hubbs. Virtual reality swing set where you can swing over volcanoes. Have you seen those, like, VR, like, bridges people can walk across? And, like, on the sides, it just, like, falls off into, like, deep caverns or... Really scary.
But I would love to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's really scary.
Yeah.
Okay, on to the lightning round.
Okay.
You ready for some quick questions?
I think so.
So in this, I'm going to say one word.
I can say pass.
You can say pass.
Okay, go.
You can't say... Book.
Don Quixote.
Muppet.
I don't know.
I would have said the same thing.
I'm too young for that.
Barn animal.
Pig.
Movie.
I don't know.
Don't know?
Too mood dependent.
Okay. Depending on the day of the week and time of day and month of the year, there's could be a movie or could not be a movie. Okay, that's official answer. Famous dog.
Famous dog?
I love this question.
Lassie.
Okay, that's a good one. Famous or poet?
Marquez.
Who's that? Is that ignorant of me? Wow,
No,
I just
it's
embarrassed the
actually
hell out of myself. The heck? You don't have to tell me. Okay. Grade school teacher.
Miss Seaford.
Shout out to Miss Seaford.
Love you.
Breakfast item.
Croissants.
Holiday.
My birthday.
Hence the title queen. Favorite face tattoo.
Teardrops.
Love the taste of blood. Unhealthy food.
French fries.
It's a good choice. Number.
2.
Exercise.
What?
Your favorite exercise.
Sitting.
It's not an exercise.
Pass.
Your favorite island.
Hawaii?
That's a good one.
Oahu. There you go. That's a chain of islands, excuse me. Yeah.
Yeah, for those that didn't know out there, it's a chain of islands. You kidding me? Favorite spring activity?
Sun sitting.
Oh, that's nice. There's nice spring activity. This just says favorite Back to the Future. Doesn't say if it's a movie. The original, yeah. I would agree with that. That concludes our rapid fire round.
Okay.
So, Brandy, is there anything else you want to say to the world that at large, those young, or are there any other questions from the? Is there anything you want to say to the world at large? People who didn't know they were going to be an artist and then became an artist.
Yeah.
Oh, you're ready to go.
Yeah, you never know what's in store, so just stay open. Yeah, you could still be an astronaut, probably. No. We'll see. Who knows?
Who knows? But if you just stay open, the wildest things of your imagination could happen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or you don't even know what you couldn't even imagine what could happen. You can't even imagine what could possibly be for you. So just chill.
Yeah. It's making my brain hurt.
Yeah.
In a good way, though. Well, thanks for joining us on Meet Meow Wolf. Folks at home, thank you for tuning in.
Thank you.
To Meet Meow Wolf. Go on Brandy's Instagram. Look at all her amazing pictures of mountains. And tune in next week.
I have ascended beyond the lifted veil and can now easily recognize how minuscule our existence in Mendocino really was.
We were a contained little box of earthly ignorances, dreaming up superficial storylines of portals and positive mechanics, selling transformation like it was a product on an infomercial.
And yet simultaneously, what happened on that day, in that dining room, inside our family's home, has caused ripples to converge like tidal waves throughout a rapidly destabilizing multiverse. It is crystal clear to me now.
In this eternal moment,
the story has only begun, and we were merely the prelude.
We know now that beings busy themselves with concerns, regarding Earth with envious. The Columbia system and its affiliated present and the Mercury.
DIY culture kind of saved my life.
I feel like that invigorates the city.
It gives artists a chance to contribute to the community.
It is so important that we have artists and ideas and these think tanks where our community can really come together.
DIY spaces don't have a consistent revenue stream, and they usually don't have the bandwidth to get up to these codes.
In 2016, there was a fire at a DIY art space called Ghost Ship.
I remember seeing other venues starting to get shut down, so we did like a little town hall style meeting.
This is your community. Keep it going.
Instead of telling us, you can't do this, it's not safe, help us make this safe.
Our goal is to give over $250,000 to DIY art spaces across the country, but we need your help to get there.
Meow Wolf is putting up the first $100,000 to help reach our $250,000 goal. Join our movement today by contributing at meowwolf.com/DIY.
The art world needs to get shaken up a little bit.
It's time for us to just be an agitator.
We don't know what we're doing, and we don't care.
We didn't want rules.
Not only is this crazy, but it's possible.
This is the new art.
It's incredible. Meow Wolf have done something truly unique.